Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tabletop Anthologies. We are now live, and we're playing some Delta Green. We don't have Preacher with us at the moment. He's having some technical difficulties, but we're gonna jump right in. We're kind of the agents were discussing about what they found so far, kind of what their next steps are. Currently, they have Damien, a user of the drug Reverb and an occasional dope seller, in their van right now, doing a little bit of a lengthy interrogation on him. But if you guys want to discuss your current situation, you can do that before you really dive into roleplay. Up to you.
Sure. So, like, off camera, we started some conversation about trying to find these two people, right? So Rufus and what was his other name again? Lucian. So, I imagine since we got the information from him, like, I'm just thinking out of game. I imagine since we got the information from him already, I mean, we either booking him or letting him go. My heart says booking him, so I'm gonna want to push for that. I'm just trying to think about.
That could be our excuse for being back at the police station.
Yeah, and
that's a good way.
We can hold him for 24 without having to do anything. At least that's what they say in the TV.
Sure, but I feel like he's going to become like a liability after a certain point of just being in the van.
If you guys are going down to the police station,
Yeah.
I could probably take a second and hit the streets for a moment to see if I can find Riggs.
For a quick moment.
It
See,
probably
you-
wouldn't be that.
Yeah,
probably
we
wouldn't
just
be that
pulled
hard.
away from the overground.
Listen, Mr. Pharmaceutical. Okay, I don't know. You did perform very well, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say,
You
why are
did.
you being a dick to me now when
did,
I've
you
done
did.
well already? Gonna start some
Sorry.
bullshit.
Sorry, that was actually out of game. I was calling you out for being a piece of shit. I'm just kidding. No. So anyway, so we are going to go to the police station. So yeah, maybe you bring up that while we're along the way, and then I guess we can start from there. That sounds good. Like a good spot. Okay. Like we're on the way to the police
we'll
station.
just make sure that we don't put them in the same holding cell.
Okay, so are you hanging on to Damien? I'm sorry, I was messing with
Yes.
Dex's camera over here, fixing it. Oh, you're just
Yeah.
keeping him in there, booked in the van?
For now, we're going to.
Okay. Yeah, I remember.
the
I think you put him in the
PD.
flexicuffs, right?
Yeah, somebody did. Somebody handcuffed him. I want to
Yeah,
say.
he was handcuffed.
That was my intention. I think was there.
Okay.
We're
Yeah,
heading
you
to
can
where.
definitely do that.
Well, we're heading to where Rufus is. So whatever jail that he happens to be at in the city, that's where we're going.
Okay. Yeah, he's held at a police station, actually not too far away. So you get there pretty quickly. It's later at night. You park in there's a parking lot right nearby, parking garage probably right there. Then up to you. How do you want to approach this? Is anyone staying in the van? You still have Damien with you.
I'm gonna bring this up again. I'm like, I don't really want to go into the police station. I can stay outside, maybe move around, see what I can find while you guys are doing this.
It'd be a good idea to have two separate teams to maximize the amount of time that we can use here. I definitely need some muscle on the inside, just to make sure that Damien's not gonna run away. So I need a couple of guys, but then everyone else, we can start working on our next lead, Lucian. So, who's coming with?
Well, I currently look like a homeless person, so I should stay out here in the van. I don't think they'd take too kindly to an FBI agent looking like this. So,
Undercover. What are they gonna do? But no, that's fine. I'll take Grimm. And Lionel, you said you know the police chief, so come on in. You can play some relations with us, hopefully.
right.
All right, so we'll do the same thing on this map here as we did before with the club. On the left side, we have whoever's in the van, and on the right side, we'll have anyone that's going in.
Game's
Game
paused.
pause.
I can't move it.
Oh, sorry,
Oh my god.
yeah. Game is now unpaused.
You got something in front of Anthony's face on the stream.
Is that from me? Or is that
That's
his
my head.
camera? What is...
not
I switched
I
scenes.
don't know
That's
what it
his
is.
head.
I'm pretty sure
Okay, yeah, I'll
that's
fix that.
Tyler's head.
That's
Either
funny.
mine or Tyler's head.
That's yours. Or no, I guess it is Tyler's.
It's-
Why is it his? Why did it?
Tyler's head.
Look how big it is.
Oh my
It's
god.
Terg.
He hears that
It's
a lot.
Terg's.
Lionel, that's too much head. That's too much head.
I didn't scale to inner bounds with the.
Oh
transform.
no.
There we go. All right.
Oh god, we're all being invaded by a Terg. Careful.
There we go. He's
I
been
don't care.
he's been contained.
Invasion of the turkey snatchers.
Okay. All right. Are we all lined up on the map here where we're going? And it looks like where is Porter? He is going to go right in the middle because well, where are you guys going to stick him for now? Is he going to be going with you? We'll just have him as a kind of a background character in whichever team.
Is he actually FBI as well, or is he?
Yes. Yeah. He's
Yeah, he'll
actually an
then he'll come with
intelligence
us.
analyst.
I mean, the intelligence part of it might be helpful for the van, but I think having more brass on the inside is a bad thing.
Okay. All right. He will come with you then.
Bring him on over here.
All right.
All right. So.
And Jason Bourne is coming with. All right, sounds good.
All right. So you are heading to the police station here. You exit your van, head down the sidewalk to the front doors. There's a set of thick glass double doors that you walk through. There's a vestibule you walk into, with some window on the right where you see a police officer standing there, and he looks like he's looking at his phone or something, and barely paying attention. He just looks up at you and says, yeah, can I help you?
Greetings, Agent Monroe, FBI. Flash the badge. I'm here with Agents Bourne, and I know you're not an Agent Grimm. He's definitely not a civilian. Cut to the chase here. We're looking for a particular individual, and we're here to drop off and book another one.
All right, let me see your badges real quick.
Flash my fake one. Temporary one.
Military personnel.
He takes a bit of a glance at all of them. Monroe, he looks at yours mostly since you're the one doing the talking, and since it looks official, he doesn't really seem to care about the other ones too much. Presses a button under the desk. All the doors in front of you unlock, and he says, "Head on in. Step around the metal detector."
We have Damien with us. We're also booking him, so he's just for context.
Yeah,
He's also with us.
they'll handle all that stuff in there. I'm just watching
All
the
right.
front.
Well, I mean, I'm carrying, so I'm gonna just pass on through.
Yeah, I'll push through with him.
All right, so you guys head through. There was another set of doors that, of course, the ones that he unlocked. And there's a set of metal detectors, but there's a path that you're able to walk around those. You don't even need to worry about that since you showed all of your identification. And you walk in, and there is a large front desk, and you see a small middle-aged woman sitting behind it, typing away at a computer. You hear the clacking of her nails.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me, ma'am. Agent.
Yeah.
Agent
Yes.
Monroe.
Yes.
Yes. I have
Agent Monroe.
a person of interest here to book.
Uh-huh. Go ahead and fill out this paperwork here. And
Yeah,
she slides over like 5
Uh-huh.
different forms to you.
I just slide it right back. Ma'am, we don't have time for this. We're on federal business, and the investigation is currently undergoing. We'll need your assistance.
I see.
filling out.
Well, sure. Let me call someone here for you. And she presses a few buttons on the side and just kind of gets back to typing. They'll be right over. And you do, sure enough, after maybe 30 seconds or so, another just an annoying amount of time to wait, basically. You hear some thick boots walking down the hallway back kind of caddy corridor to the desk. Door swings open, and an older looking gentleman, he looks like he's been on the force for a while but hasn't seen much actual action lately, steps through. He says, "Sergeant John Jacobs, what can I do for you?"
Well, Sergeant Jacobs, Agent Monroe, we have this person of interest in a current ongoing investigation of a illegal substance in the area. And secondly, we're looking for an individual named Rufus, and I look over to Bourne, as if I want him to identify the person of interest.
Oh, Damien here?
Well, Davies here. No, Rufus. We're looking for Rufus. The guy
Rufus.
that is currently booked.
Rufus.
Roofy Brown.
Roofy. Yeah,
Rufus
I know.
Brown. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
we have him here.
you.
You're
Good,
wanting
good.
to interrogate him, or what? What's this
Yeah,
about?
we're looking to get him in a room alone, and we're gonna need to. We're trying to keep the information as minimal as possible. You'll understand the federal process, but you'll be able to take a peek in from the interview booth, interrogation booth rather.
Sure. All right. I'll get someone to fill out those paperwork for Damien there. Why don't you go ahead and sit him down in those seats there?
All right.
And he spins on his heels and starts walking down the hallway. Doesn't really see if you're following him.
I'll follow him.
Yep. Here we go.
So he takes you back and stops a little ways down the hallway eventually, motions towards the room and says, "Go ahead and wait in here. I'll be right around with him."
Okay. Thank you, Sergeant.
So you step into this small room.
Mhm.
Table, one-way piece of glass there, the usual, what you would expect in a Law and Order episode or whatever. After a short amount of time, unless, did you guys want you have a few minutes here to discuss anything if you wanted to before he steps in? Or
So in character,
there's a camera in the room, but you notice that the light is off on it. If that means anything to you, it may not be on, but you're not 100% sure.
Sure, that's okay. Let's stick to the facts. Let's stick to what we know. I want to surprise this guy, right? Nothing lets the truth come out more than a surprise. If we let on too quick that we know what we're here for, it might spook him and it might stop him from talking. We want to make sure we're going to hit him with the heroin details until we can really hit him where it hurts. And now I don't know your the team's here specialty in interrogation. I have my fair share of training. FBI has a baseline form of training. Lionel, I mean, if you have to, get in somebody's face, I just want to make sure that you're able to handle that.
Sure, I have no formal training, but if you need me to be aggressive or something, I suppose I can do that for you.
Okay. Anybody?
My character would be kind of getting close to the glass and tapping on it, and I'm gonna go find the viewing. I'm gonna find the viewing room and watch from there.
Okay, Jason, that sounds good. It's probably better for you anyway.
So that's based on what side of the room it's on. I exit the room to go find the entrance to it.
Okay, yeah, you find that rather easily. So you're
Imagine there's
sitting there now.
A workstation or something there. Yeah.
And then I would check if any. I assume, we've been sworn to all sorts of secrecy with the Delta Green stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah. You don't even currently really know the name Delta Green necessarily. You just know it's the program.
Right.
Some sort of, super black ops secret siloed government program.
So then I would make sure that any recording devices are turned off.
Yeah. So there are some computers in there. You can see that it is linked to the cameras in the room, and they are currently not recording.
And then just sitting there prepping, I'd look at the computer and see if I've got access to their background information on who they've got booked and what they've got on them. And
Okay. Give me, still kind of refreshing myself on what some of the skills are used for in this game. I believe that one will want to do a...
I have
gonna say
computer
library,
science.
but library's not in there. Yeah, I think computer science would be fine here. But I would even argue like criminology or bureaucracy, since it's within a police network. But we'll go with computer science.
I'm 40 on both of those, so.
Okay. Yeah, so you're unable to really find anything new. You do pull up just a very basic file on Rufus, just saying what you already knew. He's in on heroin charges. He's been dealing some things, many years. Repeat, pretty routine charges that you see on such a dealer's background, I guess you could say.
Does it say if any evidence has been bagged or if any property of his is being stored or held?
It does say there's an evidence entry in the locker for him.
It doesn't say what it is.
It lists the narcotics as substances. It looks like it still needs to be fully sorted through and filed.
Okay, then I would just make note of that, whatever locker it says it's in and all that information, and then prepare to watch them on the other side.
Sure. Yeah, so then about that time is when that sergeant comes walking back in with Rufus. So, sorry, just pulling up some notes here. So Rufus Leroy Brown walks in. He's chained up, wearing a jumpsuit and everything at this point. He looks like he's booked and he's probably not going to be here much longer. The sergeant sits him down at the table, I'm assuming across from you guys. Not sure how you were oriented, if you wanted a specific way. And he just flat stares at all of you in the room, but looks like he's, very puzzled about what's happening here. It doesn't say anything. The sergeant walks out. You guys are free to talk.
Mr. Brown, Rufus, can I call you Rufus?
Sure.
Rufus, my name is Michael Monroe. I'm here to get to the bottom of a certain investigation here, and you seem to be my guy. So, it would be really helpful if you could cooperate to the best of your ability. And I have it within my power to offer you severely reduced prison sentences. We already know what you've done, Rufus. There's no question about it.
I'm no snitch. Not a rat.
Hey, Rufus. Can you look at the back corner there? Do you see the camera?
Yeah, I see it.
You see the camera? Do you see a little light on the camera?
No.
I'm going to punch him.
Oh, God. All right. It lands, no problem. I mean, you can see that he reacts and he tries to reach up and block it, but he has chains on from his, wrists to his ankles, and he can't. So he just takes it on the chin. Yeah. All right. Fuck you.
I'm going to speak in a language you understand, Rufus. Now, are you going to speak it in a language that I understand?
Yeah. What do you want?
All right. I'm going to sit back down. Straighten my shirt out,
I'll move in behind him just to stand there.
Just to be a presence.
Not behind Monroe, behind Leroy here.
And actually, right after that punch is when the sergeant walks into the other room with Jason Bourne. So he did not witness that, but you guys in the room don't know that. So
okay,
continue.
I mean, I was expecting to have to. Right, yeah. Okay. So we hit him. I sit down. He gets behind him. Does Rufus give Grimm any attention? Does he look back? Does he do anything?
Yeah. Oh, his eyes are darting back and forth between them
Right.
constantly.
So I'm gonna sit up. I'm gonna look like dead at his eyes. Like I'm just gonna lock eyes. Just a little longer than what would be considered normal, and then I'm gonna say, now, does the name Damien mean anything to you?
No.
I thought, Rufus, hey, man, I really thought that you were going to be speaking in a language I understand. We already know what you know, Rufus.
Damien who? Talking about
I'd kick the,
from the
I'd
fucking
pull the
Omen?
chair out. I'll pull the chair out from under him.
Oh, okay.
He hits the ground and he actually, right on his ass, and he's like, fucking, what? What do you guys want from me?
You know what we want. And to sit here and waste our time like this was really disrespectful. I've shown you nothing but respect, Rufus. I've given you very clear expectations of how this is going to go. The people that you've impacted, the communities that you've affected, the clubs, well, let's just say
we're a little far for that sort of conversation. You know how much heroin I've dealt.
I'm not talking about heroin, Rufus.
That's what I'm in here for.
Yeah, that's what they booked you for, and then I'm gonna sit up. Oh, well, I'm not from here. Sorry. Sit back down.
What are you talking about?
Rufus, I think you know what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I'll lean in behind him and kind of whisper in his ear, reverb.
Everyone in the room roll Int or
Shit.
psychotherapy.
Shit.
Let's see. Is that under skills and training?
Yeah,
skills.
Both of them are skills. Yep.
Int or what?
Psychotherapy.
Well, got them both. Fuck. Oh, that hurts. Oh, critical failure.
Oh no!
Your psyche
I was
breaks.
2 points away. Damn.
Okay.
Am I rolling from the other side of the glass?
No, not yet. But we'll skip over to the other side of the glass for a moment, because at this point, Sergeant John Jacobs realizes that the cameras are off, and he is reaching kind of in front of you. He's like, "Oh, excuse me."
When
son,
I see him reaching, I interrupt him. I go, "Hey, so on this computer, on this computer here, I see his charges he's booked on, but you got his background already pulled up. Can you tell me like his known associates or anything like that?"
Roll a persuade check.
Also, while he's doing that, I'm gonna try to like mess with the system in some way that makes it seem like it's recording, but it's not.
Okay. You are in the truck, so first you're gonna need to do a roll to get hooked into the
I thought I was in the room with him. Okay, that'll work.
Or, I'm sorry. No. You are in the room. Yep. Do you want to step out and then go to the other side of the glass then, because you were in the actual interrogation room?
I thought I was outside with Bourne. If I'm in the room, then that's fine. I can do the human roll or whatever. I just didn't know where I was exactly, specifically.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you be on one side or the other since you had to join a little late.
Yeah, I would have been outside with Bourne probably. I would have had no reason to go in there.
Okay. That works.
Yeah, that roll really works. It does. Yep.
That's so you are in the room then, and you're trying. What are you trying to do? So you're trying to get on the computer then, instead of, because basically, those are at the computer now.
Well, no, not necessarily the computer. I was looking like around to see like at the bottom, like maybe by the tower or something, or if there's something that I can do to kind of monkey with it enough to where it like, the light will come on, make it look like it's recording, but it doesn't hit the DVR. You know what I mean?
Okay. For that, I'm actually going to see if there's a different hardware-related skill, but I think I only see the computer science one. So I had you roll that computer science. You got a critical failure there. Let me pull up the roll, actually. Roll group.
The
I'm doing it a
entire
different way in
computer
the
system
stream there.
explodes.
We failed every roll in the interrogation room and outside of it.
He set something up. This is bull.
Yeah, we got some
So-
God working against us.
At the same time that all of that's going on, and with Jason Bourne, and he's kind of trying to distract there, you're trying to mess with the stuff at the computer tower, kind of under the desk, and do it discreetly. But what happens is that you end up tripping something that shorts a circuit or breaks something, and you basically fall over, and the entire computer system at the desk shuts off. And the sergeant just like his eyes get real big, and he's just sitting on the computer like this, and he's like, what the fuck is going on in here? Stand up.
I turn around to him and I start fluently speaking to him frantically in Mandarin.
He looks further confused. Now let's skip back to the other
Like
side
it looks
of the
very very apologetically, like I'm speaking to him in Mandarin, like very apologetically.
Okay. Go ahead.
Man,
and
ain't
roll,
nobody knows what you talking about.
Go ahead and roll either. There's not a charm in this game. Roll a persuade then with that.
Okay, yeah, that'll work. This is not gonna be good. Do I get an advantage because I know Mandarin?
No. Okay, so you he kind of aggressively helps you up. Grabs the shoulders of your clothes, helps you up, and forcefully but kind of gently nudges you, out the door, opens the door, goes out with you, takes you out to the front lobby. Are you like resisting at all? You let him kind of push you?
No, I would pretty much just keep regurgitating whatever the word in Mandarin for interpreter is. Would
He
just
just
be
keeps
like,
going
interpreter,
to the front door, and to the front lobby. Sorry, not the front door. And he says, "Why don't you just sit out here while your partner does his work?" And he just kind of dumps you in a chair and walks back out, or back towards the interrogation room.
Okay, and now I'm gonna go back to the van and see what I can do as far as the
Wait,
system
wait.
goes.
Time out. So he stepped outside,
Yes.
and can we see him from the van?
Thought you guys left.
I didn't leave yet. I'm just at the van. I wasn't told I left yet.
They're in their interrogation room. If that's where you were.
Oh,
looking.
sorry. I thought you said he stepped outside. Never mind.
He's So it sounds like he's heading towards the van.
I thought you said the officer stepped outside. I misheard.
Yeah, the sergeant took me to the door and just tossed me out the front, right and left.
He just kicked you
Yeah,
out.
pretty much.
He just tossed me like a bouncer.
Not quite that forceful.
Stay out.
Now I gotta pay for that.
Fuck that guy. You can't trust a guy with two first names.
Sergeant Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Yeah, you ain't gonna believe this shit,
there's
buddy.
a period of time where he is not in the room there with you, Jason Bourne. So let's go back. But let me know, Jason, if there's anything you want to do. But that computer seems to be down for the count for now.
You're welcome.
So back in the interrogation room.
You're welcome. Back in the interrogation room?
He's still sitting on the floor right now, and he's just kind of looking at all of you.
I'll help him up
Grimm,
and kind
you
of brush
just
him
whispered
off
in his ear. Alright.
and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were sitting in this seat. Here, come on, sit down, buddy." I'm patting his shoulder like I'm his friend. So, do you want to
Reverb.
maybe think about some answers here?
Why do you guys want to run? I always look. What about Reverb? It's not even legal. What you
Neither
want
is heroin,
Reverb for?
genius.
No, it's not illegal. I'm sorry, I don't enunciate everything I say. God.
Where'd you get it?
Where did I get it? What am I getting if I tell you?
I told you. I told you what's within my power.
Okay.
You've done a lot of time. You've done a lot of crime. But you could use this information to help save a lot of people.
Well, the only one I'm interested in saving is myself. So, you make your call or whatever you need to do, and I'll tell you.
No, that's not how it works. You're going to tell us, we're going to confirm, and then we'll let you go. This is
Roll
your only
persuade.
chance. I'm telling you right now that if you're not going for reverb, you're going for heroin. I can promise you that by the full force of the federal government.
We can make your heroin charges disappear.
It's
All of them.
in the same pendulum swing, baby.
I'll let you both roll persuade.
Okay, sweet. Damn, bro, these rolls.
God.
What is he doing to us? Let's see,
Man.
well.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, first successful roll.
All right, nice. Oh, and don't forget, mark your failures on your skill sheet with check marks because you get to advance those when we do the like leveling up at the end of this scenario.
For failing?
For failing,
Yes.
yeah.
So it's like reverse Cthulhu?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so there's silence for a few moments, and you can tell he's thinking hard about this, you know, considering his options, his future. When it comes down to it, he's a businessman. He's got to, you know, consider all of his entrepreneurially endeavors here. Yeah. All right. I trust you. We can do some business here. Spider J. That's all I know. That's his name.
I'm not saying nothing yet. I haven't said anything. Spider Joe, you said?
J.
Yeah.
Spider
J.
and then the letter J. Yeah.
Oh, Spider J.
Sounds like that guy that does visits to elementary schools to show 'em animals. Hey, it's Spider Joe.
Tell us what you know about Mr. Spider J.
Nothing.
Well, then how do you get the product from him? You just click your heels together and say his name and suddenly he appears?
I don't get the product from him. Someone else gets the product. They give it to me, and I deal it. It's basic stuff.
Who's
You
that
know
someone
this.
else?
Look, I'm trying to help you out here.
You're
Spider
telling
J
me
is the
shit.
source.
Yeah, you're
telling
telling
me it's Santa Claus. What good does that do? Who do
Man,
you get
you
your
really-
stuff from that
you
gets
really-
the stuff from Spider J?
You really don't fucking understand us, do you? I think we're gonna have to re-educate you a little bit. I'm gonna look over at Lionel this time. It's his face on camera.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Lionel's just gonna walk up to this guy, and he's going to pull up a chair, and he's gonna straddle it, like, you know, backwards with his forearms on it, and just kind of sit his chin up on it. He's gonna look at him.
Can I help you? Roll a persuade check. I don't believe there's an intimidation skill in this game. It's just persuade.
Yep.
Waka.
So he locks eyes with you for you know, an uncomfortable amount of time and says, I don't know what your friend's trying to do here, but you know, just look up Spider J in your cop databases. Do I gotta do your whole job for you?
I ripped the chair out from under him again.
Look, I don't know. He's somewhere in the city. I know him as Spider J. He's like in his 30s, black dude, buff, scary guy. I think he's staying at a hotel. I don't know.
Thank you. You've been a great help, Rufus. We'll be in touch. I'm gonna leave him chained up there with the seat there, and I'm gonna walk out and motion for the guys to come.
Hey, you're making that call, right? Monroe? Monroe, you don't want to make me. You don't want to make an enemy here, Monroe.
They'll never get me. I had to leave the room. I sit back down. And I say,
okay.
Well, I just sit down where Monroe was sitting when he leaves the room, and I was like,
okay.
There's thousands of hotels in this city. You still haven't given a shit. And you know exactly what you need to say, and you know what you need to do.
I don't. I'm telling you, that's all I really know.
What's the name of the hotel?
Go ahead and roll Humant.
Oh, God.
Go ahead and proceed with Operation Ice Nipples.
Do psychotherapy instead. Well, since you rolled it off, okay, go do psychotherapy.
It'll be just as bad.
Okay.
Oh.
It only get worse.
Handler rigged system.
This
is so rigged.
Grimm, he is lying so hard. Right through his teeth. He knows exactly where Spider J is.
Wait, how does he know that? Didn't he fail hardcore?
Shut up.
Damn.
Fucking idiot. Spoilers.
Damn.
So I'll get up and I'll walk over. And is he still seated on the ground?
Yeah, he's looking up at you. At this point, he's actually starting to kind of, shimmy away on the floor a little bit from you and keep you in front of him.
And I say, Lionel, why don't you have a seat here where I was sitting? And I walk around behind LaRoyal here, and I kind of pick him up. But when I pick him up, I do it enough to where he kind of is light on his toes. And then I kind of slam him back down on the desk, but I keep him on the top of the desk as I'm pushing down.
All right. He's kind of resisting, but not really resisting because he knows he can't really, fight you. And he's in these cuffs. He's like, "What the fuck do you want from me?" I don't know. Spider J. Yeah, that's all I know. And at that point, you hear a banging on the glass. And on the other side, Jason Bourne, the sergeant, is banging on the glass, like trying to get them to stop. And he's looking at you. He's like, "What are they doing in there? This isn't how we treat our suspects."
So I was not trying to backwards play, but I was letting them do their part first.
Yet. Were you wanting to do something?
Right when he starts taking what's his name, Porter out, I peek down the hallway, and is the evidence room like nearby that I spot it?
Luck check. It's 50-50. So D100. I'm not sure if there's a button for it. Just do a D100.
Okay.
Wow.
I rolled 200.
200.
It is a few doors down the hallway.
Would you
And
say
it
it's
looks like the
three doors down?
Yeah, I
I
almost
have
said that
a
actually.
plan, but it's simple. So right on his heels, taking Porter out, I go and quietly skimper over there and see if I can get access to that locker and take the guy's things.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like someone has haphazardly left the locker open for now. So you're able to wander in there. Takes you a little bit of time to find it, but you do find a little box with various bags in there. Some of them are precisely labeled. It looks like basically someone started going through it and just hadn't completed it yet, because some of them are just labeled like narcotics or like evidence A, evidence B, those sort of things, not real detailed. So you see a lot of baggings of heroin and some other various items. It looks like it must have been just the contents of whatever pack he had with him when he was caught.
Is it small enough I'd be able to put it in my pockets without, like, wow, I'm concealing a bunch of crap?
Yes. I'll say yes, but it's going to be kind of bulky. So, like, if someone really takes time and look at you, they'll be like, why the fuck does that guy have so much shit in his pockets? But it's not, like, super obvious, I guess, if that makes sense. So just keep that in mind.
Is any of it obviously, like, heroin or known drugs that aren't really what we're looking for?
Yes, most of it.
Then,
all of it that you see as you go through it.
Oh, none of it looks like it would...
You don't see any reverb or anything that you would think is reverb. You just see stuff that is obviously heroin. There's probably a little bit of like some weed or something that he had for himself. That's it. No reverb.
All right, so I do take that stuff and I go back to the interrogation room.
Okay. Shortly after, the sergeant would have walked in, and then if there's nothing else, he would eventually start that pounding on the glass as they're starting to rough up Rufus a little bit in there. And he says, if they keep going anymore, then I got to pull them out of there. I don't know if you want to go in there and let them know.
All right,
but...
hold on. Hold on. And I close the door to that office room, and then I go into the interrogation room.
All right. And so in the van, yeah, I was just assuming that if you guys wanted to do anything in the van, you can interrupt freely. But you haven't said anything. Did you guys want to do anything while you're out there? I'm assuming everyone else that hasn't talked is basically in the van, except Finch. You're in the. Are you in the? You're in the van. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the van. I'll definitely take time and try to. We're already in the city. If I can do like a criminology or something to just kind of roam around and try to find the other guy, Riggs, since we already got Rufy, because I don't know how far they're going to get with Rufy. I have no idea, because I'm not really paying attention to the screens at all. I'm more worried about what I'm doing.
That would probably be more something. I mean, you could probably look up a lead for him on the computer, but as far as getting out and actually looking for him that way, you would need like your own vehicle probably, or I mean, not necessarily, but if you just want to go out on foot, you can.
Okay. No, I think I'm okay. I'll just wait.
You got anything else you guys in the van want to do?
I would have just been watching Damien and also keeping an eye out for anybody that may be tailing us, following us, keeping an eye on us from a distance.
I want to confirm.
Like
we booked Damien. He's inside. He's in.
Oh, he's inside. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just confirm like the vials that I have left on me, like certain tranks and other things. Make sure I have everything ready.
Inspecting your vials. All right.
If I knew that Spider J, if I somehow heard that, I don't know if we still have the comm pieces or not. I'd probably have a laptop.
I'm assuming
you
always have some sort of comms.
Yeah, I would be just trying to pull up anything that I can find this whole time on him, rap sheets or known aliases, locations, stuff like that.
Okay. All right.
Would I maybe have heard of Spider J myself, even in passing?
You have not, but
okay,
I will get to that in a second here. So
could he himself be Spider J?
Could be. Maybe we're all Spider J if you really think about it.
I knew it.
Nope, I'm Violent J.
There you go. But Porter, what you find is that Spider J, Jacob Silas Simmons, black male, age 32, U.S. Army veteran, former contractor with the heavily militarized security firm Academy, I can't say it right, formerly Blackwater.
Shit,
no employment record in the last 2 years. No fixed address. He has family in town, but sees them infrequently. Army records indicate 2 tours in Afghanistan. He was court-martialed in Afghanistan for suspicion of smuggling, but the charges did not stick, and he received an honorable discharge.
2 recent eBay transactions for armadillo hats. Got it. Hell yeah! All right. Yeah, I would just jot all that information down for later distribution when everybody gets back.
Can we get the name in chat so we can spell it correctly?
Yes, I'm about to give you copy and paste all this for you guys. And you remember, like looking through the files previously, that Simmons was a name that appeared in files whose audit launched the whole investigation that you're on now. 1 rank up from the dealer, seemingly at risk of going missing. A supervisor, it seems he could be.
Do I have any way of seeing his military files or anything like that? The ones that are classified? Or is that just the full information?
That's basically the full information there. Let me copy and paste this.
Okay.
So I'll just put it in Discord for you guys.
Seeing as how he has ties to some PMC work, I would probably run that information by Dominic and see if he has ever recognized any of that stuff, him being a gunman himself.
Well, Dominic, you would definitely be familiar with the Academy firm, but as far as Simmons himself, I don't think you would.
Yeah.
But if there's anything else you wanted to add?
There is something I would like to do. It might be a stretch. Given if he's relaying this information in the earpiece, I'm going to think of ways that this guy could be roaming about town, and a way to try and pinpoint or triangulate his position based on military science tactics on land, and knowing how previous Army military personnel move about, and especially ones that are trying to do something illegal like smuggling or dealing, that kind of thing, and try and see if we can't figure out some sort of a broad base of location for this guy.
Okay. Give me a... Let's see here. What military sciences did you have?
Land.
Okay. Well, give me a criminology check first.
Okay.
Nice. All right. So you know that there's probably 2 main ways to approach this. Either, hitting the streets and looking for some sort of informant, finding a way to Spider J through people that know him, through actual face-to-face communication. The other way is maybe just working with local cops and putting together a trace that way with whatever information they have already.
Okay.
So it's basically, who do you want to work with?
So, if there's no chatter on the comms, I would be like, "Hey, Gov, I got an idea on how to trace a Spider J." I say it'd be a lot easier to catch Spider J if we'd use an informant, have someone go undercover, as someone who might be a ex-military, Army or otherwise, because it seems like this guy might warm up to somebody who would be a brother in arms, basically. And if we can get an informant to let us know where he is, we might have our way in.
And you're talking to me on a headset?
Yeah, I'm still in the van and overhearing everything and thinking about it.
All right.
Yeah, I would have relayed all that stuff to them about how he's not your average drug dealer. He's a hotshot.
Right, noted. Now I also want to throw this into your minds here, just a hypothetical. We've all got that message about the chochos, and so can we get some information on this culture and this community? I'm at this level. I want to see if somehow this message that we all got is involved or related in any way to this.
We got quite a bit of information on the chochos before. They're from Malaysia, mainland, South Asia, Vietnamese. We got a good bit of it. Do you want more
local? What
local
the impact is that they have on where we're in Chicago?
Right. So there was I had mentioned there's a chocho community that's embedded in the city's larger Southeast Asian neighborhoods. And then there's also the CAAA, which is the Chow American Advocacy Alliance. They have an office in Chicago, actually.
Okay. I just want to keep them in mind as we get to the higher levels of this investigation, because I don't want to be caught off guard by any potential variables. But with that in mind, I think we're heading back to the van. I'm going to try to check in with the boys on the inside and talk to and wrap up what's going on in the interrogation room. So,
okay,
however we'd like to proceed.
Yeah, go for it. It sounds like that's everything you guys are doing in the van for now. So we'll go back to the interrogation room. I believe, Monroe, you had stepped out, so we just have Grimm and Lionel in there with Rufus.
Gentlemen, it's time to go. We've got the information we need. We're going to pursue the target.
So I back off of LaRoyal. I say, this is your last chance, Rufus. Give us something of substance, or you're going to be enjoying time for a while. And we're going to be tacking on charges on the federal level here.
Right when he says that, I peek my head in the room and I go, I say it quietly so that the sergeant can't hear it on the other side of the window. So, hey, tell him I have all his drugs right here. They leave the building with me if he gives us what we need right now, but this is a one-time chance. Otherwise, I'm adding a whole bunch more that I've got in my other pocket to it and dropping it right here on the floor. And I pull something out, big enough that he'd recognize it as being his own stuff.
Rain Man hitting him with the double or nothing.
Yeah, he's just like staring at you like he cannot believe this is happening. Like there's no way an official, someone, the brass is doing this to him. So give me both a psychotherapy and a persuasion check. Just a couple things going on here.
Psychosuasion.
Yeah. Okay.
We've had two successes. We've had two successes this entire game, right?
Yep.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
So he looks at you just completely confused. As the gears are turning in his head. Who the fuck are you guys? What is happening here? What? Are you serious?
We're the guys that are gonna make your problems tonight go away if you just shut up and tell us.
Look, man, I told you everything I know. I don't what.
That's the funniest thing, man. Is
Spider
we just don't believe you. That amount right there is going to double. He's giving you a one-time offer. Don't worry about who we are, what we do.
Lionel, give me a psychotherapy check. Okay. Nothing new from that then. He just continues to just plead with you, and it looks like he's getting just angrier and angrier as you're not believing him.
I walk over to Bourne, and I say, give me the shit, because we're about to find this on him, and he's going to be put away forever. And I say that loud enough. I say it loud enough for Rufus LeRoyal Brown to hear it.
He continues bleeding.
All right.
Go, Bourne. Go get the sergeant. Tell him we're done here.
It's actually about when
right.
the sergeant comes walking back. He after kicking out Porter over there. Can remember his name for a second.
So we could see him down the hallway, basically.
Yeah, he's
coming?
basically he's walking towards you. You guys you wrapping up down there?
Hey, Sergeant, you might want to talk to your prison guards, and I hold up all the shit that Bourne has.
Fuck?
We just found this on him. So do what you need to do.
All right.
He had a lot of it keistered.
All right. Fucking Rufus. And he kind of gathers up all that stuff. You guys need anything else?
No, we appreciate your help and your discretion on this.
Yeah, no problem. It's been surprisingly a quiet night. And that's when you guys realize it's 1 a.m.
Shit.
Real men don't sleep.
Well, so like I guess you said that like we were. I am surprised. One as the person, but like as the character, am I surprised? Like, has the day gone by?
A little bit.
Quick?
Like it just kind of went by. Yeah, everything kind of went by very quickly. It seems.
No, but it still can be talked up to coincidence, perhaps. I don't know. Oh wow,
I was
it's
about
late.
to say, we went from mission brief to like hanging out at the nightclub to bouncing motherfuckers off of interrogation tables in like a span of, I don't know, like 5
The table
hours.
stood up. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, the table jumped up and I tried to catch it and it headbutted that guy.
We didn't get a contact high from Reverb, right? We didn't get.
No, only Jason Bourne bouncing around going, I got a bag of dope, over and over again.
Dude, I got something in the van that gives you a contact high.
Speaking of that, I sent you a message, Sev.
Oh, okay. Let me check that.
Secrets don't make friends.
Secrets don't make friends.
All right.
I saved a bag of heroin.
He said, nipped me a little bag. Did you pick the China white or the black tar?
Jesus Christ.
Toilet brittle.
Yeah. Around Christmas. All right. So what are you guys doing? Are you hanging out here any longer for anything? The sergeant's kind of saying his farewells, but whatever you guys want to do.
I would be trying to look more into Simmons, like the name Simmons and all that stuff, seeing what I can find specifically about it with a laptop riding in the van. That's all I'm doing right now.
Okay. Computer science check on that.
Oh.
Having a cigarette in a smoking area somewhere.
Got it.
Having a heroin in a non-smoking area.
All right. So what's the plan? What's everyone else doing while I check his role here?
Yeah, I'm trying to de-stress, so yeah, that's why I step outside for a cigarette, perhaps. Like, I'm not trying to deal with anything else right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just heading back to the van for the moment.
I would have changed by this point into my, I wouldn't say gear, but I would just say not homeless looking clothes. And I'm still like looking out on the lookout for any movement.
100%, I would be either sleeping or on the urge of sleep.
Okay. So with that roll, you're able to find not really much on Simmons himself, but you find that there is someone that you could use possibly as a local informant who goes as Hi Sally. Simmons' name seems to come up in her some of her records a couple times, her police records. But most of it seems like just kind of almost rambling. Yeah, you can't really tell if there's any direct connections, but it's definitely seems to be the same Spider J. And you're able to you have known locations for this informant as well here.
I was gonna say, you said she possibly was already an informant, or somebody we could use as an informant?
Could use,
or both?
like, you have a lot of information on
Okay.
her, and she's been used in the past. It seems like, you know, a little bit of money will get her to talk.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd probably print off her like sheet, give me like a quick like background summary of her, and let Dom look over the credentials as far as like military and all that stuff, and then I would pass that on to Monroe.
Okay. By this time, I had gotten into the van and discussed this with.
Yeah, I would have pretty much handed you a packet. I would just be like, here's your briefing packet of all the things I found out.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
Let's switch gears here and start manhunting, basically. So I'm just kind of reading through this packet, and I'm thinking about. So Sally, we have Sally as a potential informant. I'm looking at you, Finch, because you're maybe snoring or awake now. And like Finch, I like the way that you handled yourself on the inside of the club. If we do go with Molly, I think having another person on the inside would be beneficial. And if you having no military clearance and everything civilian, it kind of keeps you off the radar for a lot of the big times. So, and it gives you a bit of an advantage, I must say.
Yeah, I can.
Are you comfortable going on the inside? Yep.
Yeah, I'm honestly more comfortable doing that than I am just sitting around here.
All right. Well, I think our first lead then is we're going to get a hold of Sally. We're going to get her to be our informant, and we're going to send Finch inside with Sally.
I need someone to give me a criminology check to track her down and set up a meeting location.
Okay. I only have 10.
Yeah, I'm at 50.
I've got 40 in it. Yeah.
Wow. I have fucking 80, but it doesn't matter because this game hates us. Well, okay, well now I'm getting that fucking advanced, so.
Dom throws a 25 out of a 30.
Okay. All right. So Dom, you were able to. It seems that Finch kind of failed, so that's going to basically just take time. So, what happens? All right. Let me ask you guys what you're going to be doing for the next, I guess, until midday the next day, because basically what's happening is with that failed roll, Finch, you spend a whole bunch of time thinking you're getting somewhere and realize that you have no idea where High Sally is and can't establish contact. Dom is like, let me take a look at this shit, and finds it rather quickly, about middle of the next day. So you guys can set up your meeting location, but there's quite a bit of time that is spent just trying to find her and establish a meeting.
I'm going to tell you one thing, gentlemen. I'm starving. There's a Waffle House across the street. I say we take this to Waffle House and we get ourselves some food and relax.
Yeah. Yep.
As much as we can.
Sounds perfect.
This might be our last opportunity to relax as a team. So.
As they're going through, I'm going to look at Sinclair, Dom, and like, hey Dom, I know you said you're military and whatnot. Have you ever done anything like this specifically?
Oh yeah, and in the SAS we always did stakeouts of our targets, and sometimes we had to find out where our targets were. So it's just another day on the job for me.
Well, I've been enjoying your presence. I don't really want you to go under. So if you need something that's a little bit more covert, perhaps, rather than a firearm, try to take a little bit of this. I'm going to hand him a pill. I'm like, do not break that pill unless you truly need it. And if you do, plug your nose, close your mouth, don't breathe, close your eyes. But just pop it. It's going to go into the air.
No, right. I'll keep that in mind, and I pull out like a little tube, like a middle cylinder. Looks like an empty shell, and I just put it in there. And
is anybody being discreet about this?
No, I just handed that.
We watch this.
Is this like a neurotoxin?
I let you guys walk forward, but I wasn't like hiding it. Like if you guys looked behind you, could have easily seen me do that.
I love how we've went from like top 3-letter agents to crackheads real quick.
What the
I was about to say, me and Bourne are like doing heroin. I don't know what everybody else is doing. We're snorting it because we're men of class, but either way.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. Anyway.
So
This takes place what in the 2000s or the 90s?
I also sent you a message, Seth,
Yeah.
just so you know.
2020, I think.
Oh,
I think pandemic's happening. Do we wear masks everywhere?
Oh, that's a good point.
Wait,
I
did you
meant-
just
I
fucking
meant to
hand me
play
a
that-
COVID-19 like pill?
Yeah, introduce the best disguise ever. The N95, gentlemen.
yeah, that's actually what Finch just gave him. It's the start of COVID. That's what's in the vial.
Patient 0.
All right.
We're gonna
He
take
got his degree in
That's right.
Wuhan.
Yeah, we're gonna take a trip. Oh,
So
good
you're
grief.
heading to the Waffle House, huh?
Yes. To spread the plague.
Really, this is
team,
where we
goes
should
to
have
Waffle
started.
House
'Cause I
and
bet we'll find reverb here.
Probably.
I would believe that COVID-19 started in a Waffle House before I would believe it started in China.
So our other Delta Green game, we went to Denny's, and in this one we're going to Waffle House, across the street from the police station here.
Nice.
So
Well, yeah, we can't afford
You're
Bob Evans. What the fuck do you think we are?
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say though, IHOP sucks. I'm happy we're not going
I
there.
was about to say,
We're
we're
never
not.
gonna-
We are not an IHOP crew. That's not.
No
That's not a
matter
thing.
what. Doesn't matter what game we're playing. I have not.
Huddle House, count your fucking days.
Until one of us loses a leg, then we're going IHOP.
Hey.
So you walk into Waffle House. There's one person frantically trying to cook and do everything behind the counter, and then there's another person leaning near the counter on your side of the counter, kind of looking at their phone when you walk in, and that's what do you do? That's it.
I think it's seat yourself sort of thing, gentlemen. We'll grab the biggest table with as many seats as it takes.
Okay. Yeah, you have to scooch around a lot of seats, make a lot of noise doing that. There's
Sure.
a lot of trash all over the floor. It seems like there's not it's not a very well kept Waffle House.
Damn.
Are they
Is there
though?
such thing?
Just
Many
many
of them?
Is there such thing?
You find the rare occasion, where they care about it, but not this one so
Right.
much. There are a number of other people in here eating, but not many, and they all seem to be minding their own business because it's 2 a.m. at Waffle House. They're probably drunk or something,
Right.
So you find your
Minding
seats.
their own business. It's fight hour.
Yeah.
I was about to say, how far down is the cigarette burned and the ashes holding on the cook? Because that's just all I need to know, really.
Right in the eggs.
So you get your seats. You're able to place your orders.
What's the waitress name or waiter's name?
Your waiter's name is
Is Spider J. We got him, boys. Take it.
Bobby Jean, not to be confused with Billie Jean, who is not my lover. She was just a girl.
No.
his name is actually on his name tag. Does just say J. And he comes up to the table. He's got long stringy hair hanging out from under the Waffle House cap he's got on.
Nice.
You guys ready to order?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. What are you having?
I'll take 2 chocolate chip waffles.
And he takes everyone else's order. You can order if you want to.
Order.
I'm
It's
gonna
up to you.
order.
I thought you were about to look up their menu to see if
I'm gonna order one
Yeah.
egg over hard.
Ew. It's gonna be a
Want an ultimate hash brown, smothered, covered, chunked, and peppered with 2 black coffees?
All right. He's writing all this down.
Crepes.
I ordered my.
fries.
Oh. Sound good.
So he goes off to.
You have deep
Hang on a
dish
minute,
pizza?
Jay.
Go ahead.
Order my.
Hang
coffee.
on, you motherfucker.
Jay, focus. Jay.
Something to eat, and I'm looking at him for a second, like somebody would look at a person that they might recognize and say, "What's your last name?"
What's your
full
government
legal
name, boy? Yeah. Let me see some ID.
What's your last name?
My last name's Grimm. No, you look like somebody I
That's a pretty cool last name.
worked with in the
Pretty
military.
grim.
This guy is significantly younger than you. Like
so
he's probably
like
20
15?
years old at most.
Oh,
Like
okay,
20.
okay.
He's an adult, but he's very young.
It's okay.
Sorry-
We're cool.
so he's
Sorry,
for sure, though.
sorry about Grandpa over here. We took him out for family dinner.
You told me there would be snacks.
Could we get a Werther's for him?
Where there's
Sure,
pancakes.
And,
I'll take a Grand Slam.
Grand Slam.
Denny's.
Denny's.
Sir, this is
So
a...
he
Sir,
your
this is a
orders.
Denny's.
takes your orders off and gets your food eventually. Is there anything you're wanting to do in the meantime?
I want to enjoy my meal with my...
3 a.m. post-hardcore show. What the fuck's up, Denny's?
When I get my one egg over hard, no cutlery, I roll it up and then just put it in my mouth and eat it.
I see how many straws I can attach together.
That's my thing!
So about the time you're finishing up your meal and you're starting to kind of, just mess around at the table, procrastinate leaving. It's maybe some of you aren't too eager to get back to actually doing your job here. It's a nice little break here in this Waffle House. But you notice a lot of commotion going on at the station that you just exited. There's a lot of people that seem to be coming in and out. You saw an ambulance pull up, but there wasn't really sirens going on. They had their lights flashing for a second, but you
Eyes
saw
up, gentlemen.
EMTs get out. There's definitely something going on over there, and it looks like they're starting to kind of wrap it up now. Like it's calming down, unless you want to rush over there.
Sure. I mean, yeah, eyes up. Let's see what's going on here. It could be anything. I'm going to start with taking the point. I'm just heading there quickly, at like a brisk pace.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
walk over
sure.
there with him.
All right. We'll say you settled the bill rather easily if you wanted to leave any money on the table or whatever, or you can just skip out. It's up to you guys.
$20. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, okay. No problem there. You head over, and you see a whole bunch of, there was EMTs that were rushing in. It looks like everyone's kind of calmly coming out now, but the sergeant is inside standing in the lobby. The officer up front, he just waves you in. He knows who all of you are. So as the sergeant sees you coming in, he's got his cap off and he's kind of like scratching his head. Yeah,
Sergeant, what's going on?
he's gone.
Ooh.
Rufus, he's gone.
What do you mean he's gone, Sergeant?
I took all the drugs, put them in
How
the evidence
high are you?
locker. That's not what I mean. I picked them up, put them in
Oh.
the evidence locker.
Finch.
He disappeared.
Sorry.
It looks like someone banged up the room he was in.
Banged
No
up?
one was there. We checked the cameras. He's just.
What do you mean banged up? Show us.
I
We'll
don't
take a
know.
look.
I wish the camera was still working in the room. Yeah.
Okay,
And
can we
he
focus on
touched-
what we're doing
he-
now, not what has happened? Okay.
As you're
That's him in
as
Mandarin.
you're saying that, he's like waving you on. He's like, yeah, come on. You're right.
When sorry, I'll wait till you guys shift scenes and I'll tell you what I was doing too.
No,
Yeah,
go for it.
we're not in the interrogation room.
When I hear that he said he's gone, do we don't have any? You don't have any cameras that are on the outside?
We looked at him. There's nothing. It's like he disappeared in thin air. There's a tiny window in the room, but there's no way he got out through there. There's no evidence. He's just gone. I don't even know what to write in the report right now. Come on, I'll show you.
I'll let somebody else go. I was going to go back to the van and put up one of my little drones.
Sounds good. Take a survey.
Sure.
I'm actually pretty uncomfortable in this police station, so I'm going to go out to the van with him.
Okay.
He was wearing his street clothes when we interrogated him, right? He was handcuffed, but he was wearing his street clothes, or was he actually wearing like a
No, they
jumpsuit?
had him in a jumper. Yeah, they had him in a jumpsuit.
Okay.
What does the room look like?
I was about to tell you.
Oh,
You
yes,
walk
sir.
into this room. You see that every surface in here is marred with gouges and scratches. There's no evidence of any sort of blood No shreds of clothes, just deep, deep gouges and scratches all over every surface. Ceiling, walls, floors, table, chair.
Okay, we need some measurements of this. We need to document everything here. What are the size of these things? Keeper, are they? So trying to find the thickest, widest scratches. How?
They vary from some of the smaller ones. It looks like just a scratch of, I don't know, like a nail or something, just someone like scratching as hard as they can. There's others that are many inches deep and wide.
Wow. And this material that it's in, it's not drywall, it's interrogation room, like concrete, or like what? Mm-hmm. Okay,
all right. It seems like, yes, concrete, drywall, steel, and the walls probably. The table's probably
metal. Is there any concrete evidence?
What? I mean, sort of some kind of weapon or something. There's no way that anyone or anything could have made these marks.
Yeah, the sergeant is looking at you, and he's completely puzzled. You got me. I've never
What's
seen
going on here,
like
Sergeant?
This.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe this stuff got marred like this and nobody heard it.
Yeah, he was screaming up a storm. I came in here and he was gone. It took maybe a minute, if that. Check the cameras yourself if you want to. And he points to a nearby room where there's some computers you can see and like through an open door.
Yep, Porter.
Yeah, I got it. On it.
Lauren, if you're on it too. And then...
Yeah, sure enough, you're able to pull that. He's already got, the recording up and everything, and you're able to play through everything to see that he's telling the truth. He went to put the evidence away. Rufus was still locked in the interrogation room. He's gone for maybe, a few minutes. There's some screaming from inside of the interrogation room for a short period of time, maybe 30 seconds. And by that time, the sergeant reaches the door, flings it open, and you just see him kind of staring into the room, bewildered at that point.
Okay.
Flabbergasted.
Sergeant, this was a prison break. The prisoner is currently at large. Now, this is what I'm going to need you to do. I'm going to need you to not allow anyone else in this room. We're going to seal it off, and I'm going to get a team in here, and then they're going to scrub it. And you trust me, son. And I put my hand on his shoulder, and I look at him, and I'm just staring at him with these eyes that I'm like, this is my job. Son, you want to forget everything that you saw here tonight.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
I would have downloaded that footage to some sort of a thumb drive or emailed it to myself or something like that for later use.
Okay, yeah, you can do that easily. All right. He looks around the room once more, and then over to you, Monroe. All right. Whatever you say, but just tell me. Are my people here in danger? Do I need to watch out for something?
I think the ones who know are the only ones in danger here. So you'll want to forget.
With that, yeah, you just see him kind of thinking it over, mulling it over, and says, "All right, prison break, huh? All right, you'll see that in the report."
Very good. I need to make a call, gentlemen. You'll excuse me. And I look to my team, and I head outside, and I'm calling the handler, manager, case guy.
Okay. So you're able to basically send an encrypted text message through a specific phone that you have, which also runs a specific application, which is also itself encrypted. What do you send?
Need containment team anomaly in Chicago PD interrogation room with an address.
All you get is acknowledged with the green delta at the end of it.
Okay. All right, that's it. So come back. Reiterate the instructions once again. Sir, you're going to get a team that's going to come in here. They're going to come in here and do the job. Do not let anyone else in here. If you care about their safety and their lives, you'll ensure that no one else will come back here.
I got it.
And then, let's see. We got Bourne back. We got Porter back. They came back from the cameras, right? We got that information.
Yep. And I think, Grimm, you were doing something outside, right? Did you want to send out drones?
Yeah, so that's what we're waiting on.
Yeah, I was, since I've never dealt with anything like this before, I'm getting the drone ready, and I come across the comms to Monroe or to anybody. What am I looking for here, aside from what I remember what he looked like? Should we switch spectrums? Are we doing infrared? What's going on?
Jeez. We don't know much about what happened. Currently, the situation is just containment. Just take a look around, make sure there's no signs of forced entry anywhere.
All right.
Maybe temperature. If it was some sort of physical force, perhaps there was some sort of temperature readings that are still lingering while we're still fresh in this moment.
Understood. So I pop open the top hatch to the little van, and one of my little drones pops out, and it zips off. And so I'm kind of wanting to do a perimeter check on the department, all the way around and on the roof, and then in the areas as I'm driving or flying around. I'm monitoring. Temperature is a normal feature on the drone, so it's always there when I'm flying around. So I'm looking for anomalies there, but then as I'm flying around, I'm switching from basically black and white to infrared, see if I spot something.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that piloting skill then for your drone.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it'd be, infrared. Yeah.
Why don't I see it?
I thought you had a specific skill for that.
So did I. I see military science, pilot drone. There it is. Okay.
Yep.
Failure. Oh, I won!
Oh,
yay!
All right. So the only thing that seems unusual, and isn't, that unusual, the room there. So there was that small window I mentioned. Your drone is able to see, that window. It's frosted glass with some bars on it, so you can't really see into there. But with the temperature monitoring, you can tell that room itself and the wall, that the room is on. It's an exterior wall, is several degrees lower than all the rooms in the air outside around it. Not like significantly, not like freezing or anything like that, but there's definitely a difference. And it could then come down to the different installations, but yeah, it's enough to make you notice.
Hey Monroe, just to let you know, the drone's picking up some temperature fluctuations here in this room compared to the rest of the surrounding building. They're all just a bit lower. Not sure if it's just the way the room is, or if it means something.
It's good. It's good to know. We'll put it on the record. All right, gentlemen. I believe we're heading back to the van, and we're going to regroup there and debrief before we take our next steps to secure Molly. And I guess, Rufus' disappearance is just another piece of the puzzle we're working on. I think we need to stay focused on our goal here, and that's finding Spider J. But it seems like something happened here that is beyond comprehension. And I want you all to understand from this point forward that, well, if your lives weren't already at risk, they are now.
So I think that kind of came with the territory here, Michael. But I'm, for myself and whoever else is new to this team, what the hell are you talking about? What?
Yeah,
aren't we being told here?
It was already kind of a thing where, like, yeah, we could probably die. How has that been worse?
Gentlemen, I've dealt with my fair share of cases, and I'm not new to the unknowable, but it's still, gentlemen, to put it bluntly, sometimes there are things that are outside of the realm of human comprehension. Some things that are beyond science. Some things that are beyond, well, anything that you've ever seen in your lives. And it seems that something happened here today that was beyond our comprehension. And whatever that could entail, whether it's some sort of creature, some sort of manifestation, some sort of visit.
Okay, can you be a bit more specific?
Well, that's just the thing.
I'm a little lost. Are you talking like chupacabra style stuff? Are you talking like aliens? What do you mean?
You could say that a lot of these myths, come from something, and things happen all the time around us. Forces of nature that are of the instead unnatural. But this comes with the territory. This comes with the assignment.
Okay. Is there anything extra specific that we need to be looking for here? I'm looking for a guy. I didn't know I was looking for some spectral thing from Ghostbusters.
This is developing as we find more information. This is not something that I could have ever expected. We were investigating strange substance.
We don't know if it's like a ghost, like he said.
We don't know the specifics. I don't know any of the specifics on this at all. I'm hypothesizing based on the information that we have.
So David, his face is like, okay, this guy is fucking psychotic. Like he's like, what the fucker is going on?
I understand that this is hard to swallow, but this program has existed for a reason. And whether or not you believe what I'm saying, I've lived through it. And what I'm telling you now is you're going to as well. And unfortunately, we've reached a point of we've crossed the line of no return.
Okay.
Okay.
So
there's some
Finch,
weird.
Yeah.
Well, hang on to that thought, Lionel. Finch, give me a sanity check as you try and comprehend and grasp this.
I just don't believe it. I think he's just. I think he might have got some drugs or something in his nose and didn't realize it.
Yeah,
I legitimately well, I'm not gonna say that, but you're telling me impossible shit's happening, so I'm thinking it's impossible. I'm like, this is bullshit. I think he might be fucking with us or playing a weird joke or it's not real. We're not getting attacked by fucking chupacabra here.
That's why I need you to make a sanity check, and then I'll explain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
22.
Nice.
Critical
Good.
success.
No. So you
Keeps
hold
it
it together, but it's still there's a conflict in your mind because he's right to some extent. You've seen the evidence so far. You've seen.
No, I did. I was in the van.
Oh well, they've explained the evidence to you, I guess.
Yeah.
So sure, maybe then because you haven't seen it in person, you're trying to, reconcile everything in your mind. So what you do to do that is just say that it's entirely impossible, and through that sanity check, you've doubled down on that.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen to what he
what's up
says.
next?
He's the leader, so I'm gonna do what he says. But I think he's out of his mind.
Sure. I mean that's a fair take, I think. Yeah.
Mhm.
If you don't try to
Hardcore
rationalize
skeptic.
it.
You guys
Yeah.
need it too. Mhm.
So, let me get this straight.
Mhm.
There's something otherworldly that's directly involved in this investigation. And-
Otherworldly, unknown.
Hold on.
Yes.
We've heard you talk enough, okay?
Yeah, get off your soapbox.
I'm the fire chief in this town. Every one of those fucking policemen know who I am. By name. By my face. They saw me walk in to that fucking investigation room with you. And you told this random fucking guy, hey, our guys are gonna come clean the place up. And you don't think he's gonna tell anybody that he saw me coming in this room with you before this crazy shit happened? What's the fallout of that gonna be? Man, you really got a big brain, but it's got one hell of a tunnel vision.
Lionel, it's 2020. We have the resources to ensure that he won't spill the beans. Within the response to the case manager, most of the tapping has already been started, if not begun.
All right, yeah. A prison break with nothing on any of the cameras outside.
Lionel, much more complicated situations have been brushed off simpler. It's his routine. I understand that this is unknown and this is a lot to take in here, but at the end of the day, no one's going to say anything, and if they do, we'll know.
Hey,
Right.
Gov, let me tell you what I know for
He
a
said
fact.
right.
All right. We've already seen a couple instances, we've heard of a couple instances where people were going missing. Now we've seen it as well. The only thing that we know for a fact is that whoever's dealing this drug, whoever's touching this drug, using this drug, the same thing's going to happen to them. Which means we got to get to Sally really quick, and we got to get to Spider J to get to the bottom of this before they disappear. That's what I know for a fact.
If I completely agree with him. If anyone is also freaking out for whatever reason, I do still have some benzodiazepine. It is a calming drug. If you need it.
Yeah, okay. In the van, I imagine.
I would assume out in the open in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah. What the fuck?
What's his fingernails look like?
That must be the extraction team.
That was the extraction team?
Or the
The cleaning team?
cleanup crew, yeah.
Really? Okay.
You've never seen him before there, boss?
Me?
No, I
Why
have
would
not
I have
seen
seen
him.
him? Oh, him? Yeah.
No, not you, Finch.
No, I've not seen it before. That looked like a very... I mean, I think we all noticed that guy just looked out of place.
That guy gave me the heebie-jeebies, man. I don't like that.
And then you see Dom go, well, shit, and he like puts his minigun back up on the rack in the back of the van.
Do we have eyes on the inside? Do we have any access to the cameras? Born, Porter.
No, I broke them. You wanted me to break them.
Oh yeah, just the interrogation room.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were, Keeper, you said they were wearing, like, suits? The cleaners wear clean, pressed suits?
That's how you know they're good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like doctors with white jackets. If you see a doctor covered in a bloody jacket,
I don't like
you
these
wouldn't want
guys.
to touch you.
I'm gonna send an encrypted text that says, verify team drop off. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, it's them. I say we let them do their thing, and we start looking for Sally.
I would agree with Monroe. We're off topic now, and time's wasted.
All right, let's get a move on. Put her in drive.
Oh gosh. You don't know.
Spider J.
Do I?
It was good. We made some progress. I got to get my first hands on somebody, since I've always been a pilot and I've been behind the scenes. I went on my TV NCIC instincts of just beat the shit out of the guy until he tells us what we want to know. Since I have no interrogation skills whatsoever, I figured, being in this group somehow gave him a all-access pass to do a little bit of whatever they feel they need to be done. But other than that, based on what Monroe just told him about being possibly otherworldly, he's not sure how to process that yet. Like, he's seen a lot of crazy stuff in his time, being in the military and the Air Force and flying the drones and stuff. But this one certainly wins, so he's still kind of processing that.
Okay. Sounds good. And Tex just pointed out to me that I've been muted on the stream for a little bit. I hope it wasn't too long. I don't think it was. I think I just muted myself while you guys were talking and forgot to unmute me. So we're just doing our wrap up here. I think you heard everything from the players. They've been really leading this anyway. So we'll move on then to AlphaWulfZero playing Dominic Sinclair. What's Dominic's thoughts today?
I mean, Dominic obviously has been playing more to the background just because he feels kind of like that's where he needs to be. Like, he needs to be the watchman, the backup guy, because he's always led in his SAS group. He always led the back of the pack. So, and he's not sure what the hell Gov was saying, but about otherworldly entities and stuff like that. But he goes based on facts, and he's looking forward to tracking down Sally and trying to figure out who the Spider J person is. But yeah, he's it's just like I said before, it's another day on the job for him, and it's been fun to play and fun to be back in it. And
glad to have you.
And it's been good to see everybody, and thanks again for running it.
No problem. And then, Jesus Christ, this is Jason Bourne.
Kind of like what's his character's name? Grimm said Jason's just kind of excited because all his FBI work so far has been behind a desk, and so to actually, be out doing things has him excited. He did some little covert things there. He's kind of proud of himself for stepping out and doing that. And as far as the mystery side of it, he's kind of just got himself preoccupied with the fact that he stole drugs from an evidence locker he's pretty straight-laced. He's never done something like that, but given the nature of the clandestine work they're doing and the underground they're dealing with, he thinks it might be a good barter chip at some point. So he's been more mulling that stuff over in his head to really be too over-interested or disturbed about the other things going on at the moment.
Okay. Then we've got the unusual David Finch.
I want to know if you're wet, because Dionysus rolled critical success on that.
Yeah, I was about to say, look at that dice roll.
Let me pull that up for the viewers so they know what you're talking about.
Get the keeper wet.
Yep. Critical success. I am. It's happening.
He's already moist the whole time.
David was like skeptical working with people of this nature at the beginning. This is more so. He feels like our leader might be slowly going out of his mind. He really just wants to, at this point, he just wants to get this done, kill whoever he needs to kill, and get back to his engineering job? Chemical engineering job?
Pharmaceutical engineering.
That's it. Get back to that. But that's kind of what he's thinking right now. Other than that, game has been fun like always. Hopefully we find out what's going on with this next session, because it'd be pretty sweet. That's it for me.
Alright. Lionel, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I mean, Lionel is pretty pissed off. I mean, between the unlawful way that pretty much everyone in his team is acting, and also the safety concerns of his friends in the police department. He's not very happy with how this whole investigation has gone on. It's at least from how the program presented what they needed him for. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So, but other than that, yeah, no, this is fun. I'm excited to see who the Spider J character flourishes and turns out to be.
Yeah, and I'm excited for you guys to meet him.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
hopefully you find them.
Whoa!
But I'm glad to hear that your character's personal life is being affected by the things happening due to the investigation, because that means I'm playing it right, basically.
Yeah.
That's what's supposed to happen, and then you guys got to deal with it. So, well done with all the role playing, of course, as usual, from everyone. So then we'll move on to Mr. Porter there.
Yeah, Hiram he's kind of in a point right now where the supernatural stuff kind of hasn't really like set in for him yet. It's still just, oh, that's just another piece of information that I now have. He hasn't psychologically dealt with that yet. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes about and how it eventually hits him. But right now, yeah, it's just another piece to the puzzle, which he's just kind of neck deep in. And he now, been with this group for a few hours, and we've done everything from some pretty well organized covert stuff to just beat the shit out of this guy. So it's like,
Yeah.
He's kind of the opposite of Lionel. He's just like, all right, yeah, this is what we're doing. Let me know what you need me for. Just kind of rolling with the punches. Kind of down for anything currently. As a player, your ability to roll with air punches is great. Like your off the cuff stuff has been cool, and your ability to just kind of come in and bullshit right back with us has been fun. Yeah, kudos to you for keeping this game going, putting up with our shenanigans, and being able to adapt to the dumb shit we decide to do, or the off the wall ways of learning how to do things.
You gotta keep rolling, Grit. Glaze the keeper at this rate, man.
Yeah.
We gotta keep it moist.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep the sprinkler system going. Jesus. But yeah, no, I'm absolutely loving it. I'll say it just like I always do. Percentile dice systems are my favorite, and these investigative systems are my favorite, and this group is my favorite. So I'm loving it.
Same. Yeah.
Maybe we need to start doing reverse rolls. I'm trying actively not to hack into this computer right now.
yeah. I want to make sure that these cameras are going really great and the audio looks wonderful.
Yep, we try that. See how it goes. And then lastly, our task force leader, Michael Monroe.
Well, unlike everyone else, you're DMing shit. Players' charisma is awful. Roleplay 0. Just getting centered every way. Every way. No, obviously this has been a lot of fun. It's a great group to play with. As far as like gameplay wise, though, I'm excited to see, I guess what the mystery. Like, I always like
what
that.
Made those marks?
Right. Well, it always goes so quick. It ends so fast sometimes because it like builds you up, and then you're like, oh, here's the monster, and then it's like there's no going back after you've seen it,
Yes.
So like, after it's revealed, so but it's always so cool once that's the case happens, So I like these kind of investigative games for that reason. I like the monster mystery thing.
Sure.
But yeah, this game's fun. It seems to lend itself to be a lot of heavy roleplay and a lot of imaginations, and like Porter was saying, like the fact that I can sit here and bullshit and we can all sit here and bullshit, and then you're just like building off the bullshit. Yeah. And then throwing it back. It's crazy. So it's a lot of fun.
All right.
Feels good.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. Looks like we're going to have one more session. I would expect that the next session, unless you really throw me a curveball, the next session will be the last of this scenario.
Kyle's character is going to break the thing I gave him. He's going to immediately just die.
Next session, we immediately fuck off to the local Tim Hortons.
Yeah, right.
We all smoke my heroin and go on a really
That's the whole session.
Okay.
We're gonna see if we can turn this into Fear and Loathing real
We
quick.
gotta do this, guys. Full 180.
We can't stop here. This is bad country.
Throw it in when it peaks, man.
But we'll get that scheduled for hopefully sometime else this month, maybe another Sunday here. But otherwise, coming up on the channel, we've got some more of Dionysus's game. Do you have another day scheduled? I think next weekend, maybe?
Yeah, next Sunday, same time as we were today. War Stories, they continue on to their next scenario. So after, 6 months, we're on scenario 2?
Yeah.
Or
Killing it.
3, basically? Yeah.
3, because the one was a stopover.
You pushed in from Utah Beach and into the city to assist 101st, and now you're getting another mission. So we'll see what you guys do.
Yeah, exciting. All right. Well, that's it for tonight. I still don't have a closing line for you, sorry. So thanks for joining us.
You can be like, howdy, y'all, at the end.
Delta Green you next time. See, it doesn't really...
Don't forget your toilet brittle, everybody.
Yeah.
Delta Green, it's been great to be seen.
Christmas out.
Treat yourself to some brown Christmas. Good night, everyone.
Thanks for interrogating the stream. Don't be a missing person next time.
There you go.